Good morning, traders. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick price action review of the major indexes, Mag 7, and some trades to watch for today, what I'm kind of looking at. If you guys appreciate this content, please like, subscribe, comment. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the big level I would watch on Apple today is if it all comes down to FOMC, really. I think that it's going to be choppy at least until 2:30. You're going to really start to get the move at 3 o'clock, and I think the big move will come most likely tomorrow. It's just a pattern I noticed that usually you get the reaction wave usually the day after FOMC. So what I would watch on Apple is if FOMC goes well, I'd watch a bounce at 187.45 and see if we can get a push back up to 194. If FOMC goes bad and we get a bad reaction, I think that you could dump towards 180 if you break down the 187.45. Today, I think that it's just going to be choppy on Apple. Microsoft, let's see where we are pre-market. I know it mostly recovered, which is a good thing. But as you guys know, I'm all out of Microsoft as well. So what I watch on Microsoft is if FOMC goes well, you could push 413, 420, even maybe 425. Maybe not today, but at least in the next coming days, you could definitely see that on Microsoft. Let's just say FOMC goes bad. I would watch 400.62 and 394. You get below 394, then you can get pushed back down to 384.30. Below that, then I would start to get bearish. I doubt that we're going to head that low, but you really never know. NVIDIA, kind of the same deal as Apple and Microsoft. I would just watch the volatility. Personally, I sold right here on this candle on 124, as you guys know. But what I would watch on NVIDIA is if FOMC goes bad, I'd watch a push to 600, 580, 560, and then below that, watch 505.48. I think those levels are going to be the most important levels to watch. As you guys can see, I have this 5 EMA going right now, and it just seems to me that the momentum's dying off. Pre-market, let's see where we're at. So pre-market, we're at 618. So where does that put us on the chart? So it's going to put us roughly right here. So nothing bad. I would be a little concerned if you break down the 5 EMA, because that's going to show that strength is starting to die off, at least momentum-wise, on the buy side. So I'll just keep that in mind. Meta, I know Meta was selling off quite heavily yesterday. Let's see if it stopped. So we seem to find a bottom at 390.62. So let's see where that is on the daily. So that's going to put us right around here. So with Meta, actually a little bit lower, but with Meta, what I would watch is I'd watch at 384.33 level. If we start to get a push through FOMC, I would definitely be interested to see if we can get a bounce at 384.33. Ideally, what I would like to see is heavy volume come into Meta at that level. If we get heavy volume, get a bounce, and it treats as a support, I might consider getting in. Just keep in mind that you got earnings on tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow's the 1st. So I won't be looking to get into Meta until after earnings, but I think it could potentially set up to be a nice move. And I'll make a video on Meta earnings tomorrow. Tesla. So the big thing on Tesla is it rejected the 194 level. If we zoom out to the weekly, as you can see, that was a critical level to get a nice bounce at. Failed to do so. So what I would watch, if the weekly closes below 194, I think that you can get 152.37. Now, hypothetically, let's just say that FOMC goes very well and it goes better than expected. You could get a push back up to 226. If it goes bad, I would watch 152. If we zoom out to the daily, you can see that there's a clear rejection, decent volume on that rejection. Rejected the 5 EMA, showing that buyers are not in control and sellers are. So I would definitely watch for how FOMC goes to influence the trade on Tesla. Google, I know you've been selling off pre-market. Let's see where we're at exactly. So 141.42 is where we're at. Let's zoom out to the daily. So it's going to put us right here. So what I'd watch on Google is if we get a bounce at this 141.42 level, hold it up on the weekly. As you can see, it's respected on the weekly greatly. Um, I'll look to get into Google at that level at 141.42, especially depending how FOMC goes and depending on how the Friday candle closes. Set the stop for maybe like 2% and try to target a move to 151. Nice risk to reward on that trade. Amazon. I know Amazon was selling off pre-market. Let me see how bad. Nothing crazy. So we're at 156.47. So where does that put us on the daily? So that's gonna put us. Well, let's call it 157. So nothing bad. You could get a gap fill trade. What I'd watch is the 5 EMA. You break below that, things could start. It could show that sellers have a little bit more control. I wouldn't get bullish or bearish until earnings tomorrow. I'd be really curious to see how that plays out. And with FOMC on top of it, it could either be a booster or the final nail in the coffin for a lot of these names. That could lead to substantial downside. SPY and QQQ, how are we moving this morning? Not all that bad. What I would watch is we're at 489. Zoom out. So where does that put us exactly? Not even a bad move. So what I'd watch is I doubt that you're going to get any type of big move today. I think it's just going to be mostly chop. But if we get a move to the downside, I'd watch 485. If we get a move to the upside, I'd watch 495, possibly even 500 on SPY, depending if FOMC goes very well. Especially Thursday. Those are going to be the major levels to watch. And I would also watch a retest of the 479.98 level of all-time highs. Things could get real interesting there as well. Qs, what I would watch here, it's kind of the same deal as SPY. Let's see where we are pre-market. So pre-market, we're at 421. Where's that put us on the daily? So it's going to put us right roughly here. Call out 421. So what I would watch on the Qs is a gap fill trade. If FOMC goes well, watch 430. If it goes bad, you could get moved down to 410, 408.71, maybe 413. But in general, I'd watch those levels for a possible bounce if FOMC goes bad. And if it goes good, watch over 430. Stocks that I'm watching currently. I'm in DraftKings at the moment. I like the nice breakout with this volume right here. Beautiful. Another day of great volume. So I'm hoping that buyers really start pushing it. Celsius, not doing half bad. Not the ideal close I'd like to see. But he didn't close below the low of the previous day. I entered right here on this candle at close. So I'm down by a little bit. My stop is set for 49.47. As you can see in general, Celsius has respected the 200 EMA. My idea is try to catch the bounce at the 200 EMA, set the stop loss on the other side, and try to target 58.02. That's kind of what I'm looking for Celsius. Now, if we break down that 200 EMA, and let's just say it goes down to 49.47 today, I'll be all out. I have my stop set in. And I don't plan on holding it through that. But if we come down to, let's just say, a level such as 49, as you can see, it's a major demand level. What I would look to do is I'd look to get in at 49, put my stop on the other side of the demand zone. So that could be a it's like an entry plan there. And then the stock that I'm looking at to break out today is going to be GS. If GS can get above 389, that's going to be huge. We're at 388 currently pre-market. So above 389, that would be the breakout level. As you can see, we got heavy volume. Every time we come up to this area, to this level, we get heavy volume. So I believe that you're going to start breaking down that level. And as you can see, it's mostly up the trend. It's a little choppy of an uptrend, but it's still up nevertheless. If you break above 389, I think that you have potential to run the 426, just my opinion. But that's the trade I'm going to be looking for on GS. You've been basing for the last couple of weeks. Beautiful. Volume has been decreasing also throughout that base, meaning that the move is going to be very strong to the upside. And I definitely look forward to that GS trade.